Oh, oh, oh. Da-doom. Hey, everybody. My name is Patrick. This is the Higher Fish. My name is Patrick. This is the Higher Fish. And I said it twice because I don't know when it goes live. If y'all can hear that, you hear that? That's this little app I got running to keep the time. I couldn't really find a mix that I liked. I'm going to pull one Magical Dimensions Oracle card and Activator. 3 of the Pride Tarot to see where we are right now. I'm going to be doing almost every day. I guess I shouldn't say that until the month is over. But nearly every day, uploads. I'm going to switch to uploads on my Legacy channel to see, like, just to eliminate some of the limitations right now around out there, because it's Virgo season, so, it's time to clean up a little bit. So that's what that's going to be about. I think that I'm understanding what that little release with the Uranus before it went retrograde was, because I'm going to be shifting my focus a little bit as I figure some stuff out. And so harmonic resolution, exactly. Some of that is going to be going down. In my own personal life, bottom of the deck is forgiveness. I just feel like it's I'm starting to understand. Like I said, I'm learning so much. It's hard to not keep track, but I'm starting to understand a little bit, I guess, of what's happening right now. So all of that, like, cuppy stuff, I can sort of not forget about, but I can set aside right now. Because just like in June or July, I feel like my focus and attention is about to shift on something else that I gotta figure out. And I want so badly just to, like, get a reading from somebody and be like, hey, can you tell me, like, what's it? Please. But I know I gotta figure it out on my own. And also, I'm also realizing that partly, like, I have this app on my phone that can do, like, 3-card readings. And I did a 3-card reading, and in the space of, like, me, I tapped it, I flipped it over, and there was nothing there. I was like, is my phone glitching or something? And then the card was like, no thingness. And I was, instead of nothingness, it's like no thingness. And it was a number 5, which is the space of the Hierophant, which was interesting. But it talked about sort of that potential, and I feel like for me personally, I'm coming into a space of such heavy choice that it's like I'm going to end up on my path regardless. But for me, it's going to be very important that I choose it, and that it isn't necessarily influence from the outside, because if it's influence, it's going to affect my ability to do it. And I don't really do things that I don't want to do. And so also, it's just like figuring it out. It's tapping into me. It's a whole bunch of stuff that I am getting, that I just got to get comfortable with. So bring on all of the feelings, bring on all of the emotions. I'll be here. Thank you, the Throat Portal. I'm going delving and diving for some truths, y'all. Bottom of the deck is Oneness, the Throat Portal and Oneness, with the heart chakra right behind it. Heart portal, love that. Oneness is balance, patience, and divine masculine. And so while I guess divine masculine energy is preparing to speak its truth, there are more things that I kind of sort of need to just like I said, delve into in myself, to put myself in as good of a position as I can to manifest the world that I want. Like, that's what I'm manifesting right now. Just like June, July, and even before then, kind of sort of in the background, and not so much in the background since March, I've been trying to manifest the world that I want. And it's quite a big endeavor, if you could imagine. But in June, July, it was like I was so focused on that. I was like, I don't even know if I have space for anything else. And I was like, well, luckily, there's nothing else to have space for right now. It's not that there's nothing to have space for right now, but that leg of the journey is being completed on its own, and there are things that I need to focus on. So just give me a few cards to clarify the truth of this divine masculine. Oh, no. See. Oh, darn it. Oh, there is another one. I was like, ain't none of y'all hit the table, so. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles in this deck, each coin is of a different currency. And he is playing a little bit of a game. It also looks like he's playing Twister. It's like someone is too grown for the seat that they're sitting in right now. Like, if you see how, like, he's sitting in that tiny little chair, in order to get his feet on the pentacles, he got to kind of sort of contort himself a little bit. It's like someone's, maybe this masculine, because that's what we're talking about, is really growing into his throne. But he's moving from, like, a high chair to, like, a legit throne. Right? Or it's that type of energy. So, hey, Mimi. Go to bed. It's only 10:20. What are you talking about? I'm pretty good. How are you? So, we got the Six of Pentacles with the Page of Cups, maybe. No, the Queen of Cups. I always confuse this Queen for the Page. And so, in the space of oneness with the Six of Pentacles and this Queen of Cups, again, like I said, this energy is preparing itself for its throne, or it's finding its throne, so that it can balance out this divine feminine energy. So that we can come and create a world where, you know, innocence can kind of sort of live, and where love can grow and flourish because when the masculine and feminine come together, they give birth to the child, right? Better, yesterday took a downfall. Your aunt passed away. Sorry to hear it. Man. But I'm glad you're feeling better today. Condolences to the family. And then in the space of the truth portal, we have the World, the Knight of Pentacles, and Temperance. Knight of Pentacles and Temperance is very slow energy. And then the World card is a card of completion. The Knight of Pentacles, your soul was exhausted. You turned in early. I bet. Because it's like, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta rest. So over here with oneness, and this is also balance and patience. And then we have, so we're not going to read these separately, because here's the balance and patience right here. Giving and receiving an equal measure here. This would be a King of Wands energy that balances out this Queen of Cups energy. And then we have a Sagittarian energy here. No problem. They always say they come in three. Man. Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess people are always passing, so it's not just the times we live in, but yeah. Oof, I only got half an hour. Okay. So what would balance this Queen of Cups energy? Actually, because this is yin yin, it would be a yang yang. So that would be a King of Swords energy. So here we have the love and the compassion. What balanced that is truth. And that makes sense, right? Because, you know, people say you shouldn't be so overly emotional because we lose rational thought. And this Knight of Pentacles is a logical energy. But this situation needs more than just logic. Also, with the World card, it's putting an end to karmic cycles, and it's really coming in with a healing and a patience and an understanding after that. So I guess if the Divine Masculine wanted to say anything, it would be like, hey, give me a minute as I figure this out. I promise I ain't forgot about you. Maybe. And that's another thing. I feel like there's so much going on right now that, hey, look, there's the King of Swords at the cut with the High Priestess. I feel like there's so much going on right now that to really be in the seat of our emotion is kind of sort of a lot because there's a lot happening in the world. And so it's like a fine time we've chosen. The Devil and the Wheel of Fortune fell on the floor. So we're definitely coming out of these cycles, but to fully come out of those cycles, we need to understand what it is that we were supposed to learn. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Well, there's the King of Cups for the Queen of Cups. So, hey. Two of Pentacles, bringing two worlds into balance. It was a lot that popped off earlier yesterday. Oh my gosh. Clarinda! It's been a minute. Hey, Clarinda, how are you doing? Two of Pentacles is bringing these worlds into balance. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. And then Two of Swords at the bottom. I'm good. I am grounding and recentering seemingly every day. Finding a new balance every day, it seems. Okay. They just want to talk, so we might not do the half an hour thing. We got two cards. Well, give me two cards face down. I was going to say that if we can find the lesson with the Devil energy and the Wheel of Fortune, and then here's the Judgment to clarify what I'm about to say. If we can find the lesson in the situation that we're in, if we can get to the root cause of why what's happening is happening, or what it can show us, then it's almost like we come into a space to bargain. And it's not bargaining per se, but it's like we can have a little bit more of a say in the direction of our course, as long as we still hit that point that it is that we need to reach. As long as we still get the lesson, then we kind of get to add different stops along the way. Or we can choose a completely new direction. You know that feeling, yeah. Going good now. Aww. Oop. Yeah, I mean, we should be in lockdown, but America. Oh my gosh, that's a lot, but we'll take it. I did hear, I know people have been talking about Judgment at the bottom of the deck again. I know people have been talking about how they can take kids or something in Australia because of what's happening. Or is that like in schools or something? They can like quarantine kids, and somebody was like, "Oh my gosh." I mean, my world is pretty flat. Not too much happening or going on. Who was that? Oh, is that my Gmail? Oh, that was House Party. Oh, I want them cards. And have been. Oh my gosh. Two of Cups and the Six of Wands at the bottom when I go hunting for this. Yeah, that. Oh, is that the only place they're doing that? And then there's that Judgment card again. Judgment and the Two of Pentacles. Let's try to get at least one more. Thank you. One more. Thank you. Nice. Bottom of the deck is the Sun card. Bottom of the deck over here is challenges. No, it's attachment. Bottom of the deck over here is attachment, and then we have the Sun. I feel like that's an energy to basically illuminate timelines and pathways. It's almost like Donnie Darko when he saw the things that people would follow, and he can kind of sort of tell what was happening. It's that energy. It's almost given us a little bit of foresight of what can happen if we choose to hang on to certain things. In a way. Yeah, if I was still in school, I would not be going. I'm just like, you know what? I ain't putting up with this foolishness. I can't even imagine for the people like who really have to choose, who are concerned. It's like who have to work and can't or may not necessarily be able to have their kid like stay at home and do it online, and all of the stress and worry that they would be experiencing. But I've been fairly stable over here. Ooh, this thing's shaking up all around. Let's do this. So the cards that came out, Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Five of Cups. The question here is, what are we willing to give up or sacrifice? And it's not asking us to really sacrifice anything necessarily physical. It's asking what patterns, what habits. The Five of Cups is a scorpionic energy. And it's almost like there are these dark places that we find comfort in. Like I used to struggle with depression hardcore, and even though it sucked, it was still comfortable sometimes. And it was like I was attached to that misery. I was attached to those low feelings, so attached that I would actively, more consciously sabotage happiness. Oh, wow. Correct. It was hard work, kind of, but we got there eventually. I think there's also, at least for me, sometimes, there's a fair amount of release of perception, specifically external perception. And I've never really been the type of person to care how people perceive me because that's exhausting. But here lately, I do find myself kind of wondering in certain sectors and in certain spaces. A little bit, not extremely. The card that came out is Higher Perspectives, which is number 21, the Cosmos, Awakening, and Unity. And then we have the Lovers and the Four of Swords. Honestly, that's an energy to me of choosing peace. This is choosing peace with this higher perspective when it's like choosing a lighter mindset when the dark is sort of our standard. But also with this chariot energy, it's about balancing the two as well. Because in the chariot, there's the light horse and the dark horse, and we need a fair amount of shadow. We need shadow in equal proportion to the light to keep ourselves grounded, but also moving forward. Realistic, but still optimistic. Because some people say, oh, I'm realistic when they're being pessimistic, or they use realism as an excuse to speak to the worst. 12:34 p.m. over there. Oh, snap. And I totally was. I have asked myself a few times, I'd be like, am I depressed right now? Then I'd be like, not really. Because depression felt different. And for me, like, it would turn into, I can catch it now before it, like, runs away, I guess I could say. But yeah, I feel like this is choosing peace even when the world doesn't really offer us anything. With this Page of Pentacles, and because this is a chariot, so this is determining how we move forward, and we have the opportunity to move forward with the higher perspective. We're kind of sort of forced to find a higher perspective if we want to have any peace right now, really. And then there is the certain perspectives that kind of sort of tend to ignoring or minimizing that won't really lead anywhere. But I mean, some folks just want to be happy. So with these two, with the Page of Pentacles and this Five of Cups, I feel like it's an incomplete understanding of how the world works. It's like, it's the seed. The world is a seed in this energy that hasn't yet germinated, it hasn't yet sprouted, so it's still in the dark. And because the seed is still in the dark, it doesn't know what sunlight really is and what air is. I don't know if it gets a little bit of gas that dissolves into the soil. I want to see what's around the Devil card really quick, because the Devil has the Lovers chained. Let's see if I can find him. Because I feel like nothing's necessarily happened yet, but it's still important that we dedicate ourselves to this piece. Oh, snap, it might already be on the table somewhere. Oh, here it is. So it's still with the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon. Oof. Who is that? That's things moving and changing and turning in ways that we may not even necessarily, it's like we can't see it yet. But that's what faith is. Faith is believing in the things that we can't see. What is it? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, or something like that. Oh, I missed quite a bit. For the rest of the year. It's not extremely hot over here where I'm at, and I don't go out a lot, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Yeah. It'll definitely tear down walls if you had them up. That's why I just let stuff go. I'm like, whatever you gotta take it. I ain't fighting it. And that's been one way that I feel like I've really kept myself afloat is I'm constantly looking at what is being or trying to find what's being highlighted and shown to me. Because if I can get the lesson, I can exit the stressing and it doesn't sort of hit as hard. Or it doesn't need to because it's not trying to fight for my attention as much. The most annoying thing was like the mask fogging up my glasses, but then I found a hack on the internet. You just like fold up a tissue and put it in there so it doesn't happen because the tissue will catch the condensation. And so if we want some of these minor annoyances to be taken care of, they can be. But again, that's why I said I feel like if we can sort of look towards the lesson, then we really get to navigate or re-navigate or be a little bit of a part of the planning of our path. Oh snap! It's been 25 minutes. Oh snap! I'm glad to hear it. That's really good news. I've been wondering if he's okay. And I know last time you said that he was going in for his last treatment and then he would be on the home, excuse me, medication. So glad to hear he's doing better. He's a little trooper. He's a warrior. He may be small, but his heart is mighty. And maybe like that's also the thing about higher perspective, though, because it didn't necessarily come out that this higher perspective will immediately solve and resolve our physical woes. Here it's like continuing to make the honoring choice even when we don't see the results. Here it's only with the Five of Cups coming after this Page of Pentacles, it's like not really being offered anything by the world or nothing new that's good coming in. And then with the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon card, it's because everything is still working out in the back. He is. Okay. Miyoshi. Mimi. Oh, snap. The Magician, the King of Wands. Well, that's the king I thought I wanted. And the Four of Cups. The Magician and the King of Wands hold a similar energy. right? And it's the wand of making things happen. But the magician has more tools at their disposal. But with this Four of Cups energy, it's like we have all of the desire with this King of Wands, but with the Four of Cups, there's something missing. It can't really get off the ground. And it's almost like it's because we have these tools at our disposal, but we don't. It's like they're locked in rooms that we have yet to explore within ourselves. Like it's hidden in the darkness. It sort of to incentivize, not incentivize, but it's because there are those things in us that need to be healed. But also at the same time, with this King of Wands energy, it's like if we allow that fire to drive us and illuminate the way, then it would make the trip and the journey not only easier but quicker as well. Because I mean, she does have that motorcycle right there. The card that came out is Challenges. I thought it was at the bottom of the deck, but it's right here. So attachment Challenges number 6. This is blocks, fears, and negativity and betrayal. It's like when Shia LaBeouf said, like, don't let your dreams just be dreams, but instead it's like, don't let your challenges always be challenges. Don't let your fears always be fears, or your blockages continue to block you. And there are some things that we really, really, really want, but we don't want bad enough to do the things that we don't want to do. And so we seek out shortcuts, or we sought out shortcuts in the past. And we're in this time where it's not really serving us. Because again, the purpose is to have this higher perspective. And sometimes when we seek out shortcuts, we kind of sort of miss out on that, on what the truth of the lesson could have been. But sometimes getting the higher perspective is a shortcut, and that's why I just try to get to the higher perspective. That's your fears, lol. I mean, where am I right now? I don't know. I feel like I'm in a fairly good position. I feel like I've been taken care of. Things haven't been too chaotic. I've been fairly even. The only things that really get me is whenever I run into a little bit of impatience, and it's like whenever I feel like I'm coming to the conclusion of one lesson, and before the next set really starts, then I'm like, okay, I'm done, I'm ready, like I'm ready to move on with my life, I'm ready for something to happen. I get a little bit impatient, I kind of sort of blow up, not really, but you know, it's like, well, I'm done with this, I throw a little temper and tantrum, I walk away, I come back like 2 days later, I pick it back up, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Then I'm on to the next lesson. But it's a fairly mighty undertaking that I'm on right now. And lately, I've been remembering more of these little conversations with Spirit that happen, I guess. Oh, Empress at the bottom. Okay, cute work. This still isn't the card that I want. We'll do one last one. Because it's already been half an hour and I gotta go. But it's really kind of like it's been this energy of like the wheel starting to turn, very much just like Six of Pentacles-y type energy of whatever we've been putting in, we're going to soon be getting out. And also what we've been focusing on. And it's like whether or not we've been seeing that higher perspective. Whether or not we've been choosing to see the perspective that will bring us closer to the light. Or to operate within the light. To open our hearts, to tread the paths that we were afraid of. And to really expand and grow. To feel the pain but press into it. Instead of running from it. Because again, it's about those higher perspectives. All right, final card. The reason why I pulled this out and came on highlight and illuminate and show to me was it. These. I'm trying to get hungry. These make me hungry sometimes. It's like I'll be fine and then I'll come live and I'll get hungry. Oh, almost. Almost. Oh, that was the heart portal too. Well, almost. There we go. What's this? Illumination, number 23. Illumination always. Oh, snap. My favorite is at the bottom of the deck. Ice Queen. Ice Queen. I didn't read her entire entry last time, so I'm going to do that now. Let me see if I can find it. Number 23, that's a 5. No, 23 is Illumination. What's Ice Queen? Ice Queen is 22. Master number 22. Master number 22. Ice Queen. This image is connected with the silver white color ray. Ice Queen resonates to personal power and liberation from the shadow self. This revealing ray ignites strength and fortitude, calling forth a presence from the depths of the soul to penetrate through the most difficult of challenges and trials. And we just had challenges come out. Fusing a bridge between the powers of nature, soul light power, and the darkness that is a part of the light itself, a new butterfly is born. As it sheds its old self and steps into the newness and light of its own being. Go into a space of deep inner reflection, for it is a time of going within, and is required in order to face the shadow self. Perhaps you need to retreat and do some self-growth exploration. If you feel lost or confused about your situation, just go within. It takes strength and courage to reveal the truth, and sometimes the shadows attempt to hide light from you. Honor both the light and the dark, but choose light. Snow quartz and phantom quartz are the companion crystals, and wintergreen is the essential oil. Like I said, it's all that tough stuff. Destiny! Destiny is the card that fell out. To be a Pokemon master is my destiny. Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. It is. Very interesting. Oh, snap. Well, there's another one. Been eating everything. That's my tears. Oh, no. Oh, fears. I already read that one. What is this? Contemplation? Bottom of the deck now is Magical Realms, number 28. And Courage was coming out all the time in the Wisdom of Lord Ganesha card. It's belief, confidence, and co-creative power. That's what we're coming into. That's what I'm trying to tap into, because I ain't got time for this world to try to get it together. Not no more. I did the waiting thing, and I was like, well, if people ain't got it together by now, I don't know. My patience is run thin. Luckily, it don't run on my clock, because if it did, there would have been an immediate shift a few days ago, and timelines would have just split. But it's fine. I had a dream last night. Welcome back. I had a dream last night, and I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to split timelines. And so that's what I did in my dream last night. Or that's what I went looking for in my dream last night. And what happened? What happened? I wrote it down. Because I know there was an elevator. Yeah, okay. So I was walking somewhere, like down a hallway, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm dreaming. Like, whoa. Okay, now how do I split timelines? Because that's what I'm focused on right now. Because y'all can have this Earth. You can have it. You can have it. Y'all can play the games down here that y'all want to play. I didn't put in my time. I feel like maybe not. Also, I heard somebody today talking about how he was like fighting stuff in his dreams on all these missions, and he had a whole team of people. But whenever I'm fighting in dreams, I'm by myself, which is fine. I mean, it's probably like accurate, but still. So what happened was I kept like, and I've been waking up a lot lately, and so I keep running through these same dreams. And I can't remember if it's because I kept waking up and going back to sleep or if I was just repeating this part. But I would start in one part of the building, feel where I was like led to go. And so I go outside and I found somebody. And I'm like, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to split a timeline here. Can you help me? And I think that's when I was on the elevator or getting off of the elevator. And some dude was trying to tell me in Chinese. And like, I took Chinese classes, I took Japanese classes, I took Latin in high school. I'm watching somebody who is in France right now. And so I got multiple languages running around in my dreams. And sometimes when it comes to the important stuff, it's not in English. But it does remind me of the one time I was in a Chinese class and she was teaching us a phrase. And she roughly translated it to it like there wasn't a direct translation. Well, sometimes like if I'm fully lucid, then I can just like be there. I don't go fully lucid a lot of times. And so what'll happen is I'll realize that I'm dreaming and I'll make a request to that space. And it's kind of sort of just like willing it into existence. And I always look for a guide. If I'm like fully lucid, then I can just kind of sort of go places sometimes. But if I'm not, then I'll look for a guide to direct me. And the guidance will often come through the space of a person in my dream who will take me wherever I want to go. And that's what happened. So I was like, hey, how do I do this? I need somebody to take me there. I see the dude. He's speaking in Chinese though. And I'm like, okay, work. But he's also gesturing, making these like gestures or whatever. Okay, Clarinda. And so I'm walking out of this building and I'm like, I turned right and I feel like there was something to do with the mountain, but I don't remember because it was a journey. It was going to be a journey to get there, but it's like I never made it outside of the parking lot of this building because then I would wake up or I would just start back at the beginning. And I kept passing by this one dude who was mad attractive and who was how do I say very enticing. And he was trying to like distract me, and I was like, first time I was like, boy, I ain't got time for you. But then he sort of like turned to the side, and I saw his profile, and I saw the curve, if you if you know what I mean. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested, but I'm not gonna distract myself. And I kept moving. I was just like, oh, and he was like, yeah, you want to like, and I was like, no, I got stuff to do. But I kept hitting the same space, and that dude was always there. So one time I was like, oh, okay, so that's what you're working with. Cute. But I'm going to keep moving. I don't know why that was important to mention, but he was there to distract me. I didn't give in, though, even though part of me kind of sort of wanted to. I didn't, because I was on a mission. I'm like, I need to split this timeline, because I'm not going down with this ship. I am not the captain of this, and I don't have to. Right? Yeah, and I think that also happened one time. Like in the beginning, I used to freak out all the time. Like, oh my gosh, what if I wake up? What if I wake up? And then I would wake up. But I don't necessarily freak out as much anymore. And so I never made it to that space. But I woke up a little bit longer and then I went back to sleep. And I was in the space of a child. And I was like living his life. And I kept again like waking up and going back to sleep. Oh my gosh, I am not taking all those. And he had an older sister. And I was trying to tell his older sister that I'm not like I wasn't him, that I'm actually me. And I'm like, okay, so I am not this like little prepubescent child. I'm a full grown man, not full grown, but y'all know, full grown man. And every time I fall asleep, I wake up in this dimension in the body of your younger brother. Who this? Oh snap, that's my best friend. I'll have to reply to her later. I was like, I keep waking up in the body of your brother, and I'm trying to do something else. And she didn't believe me. She was mad. And I was like, okay, well, let me prove it to you. And then I said something or I did something. And she was like, oh my gosh. And so I can't remember if I helped her do something. It also seemed like they were like part of a church or something like that. And he was like the son of the pastor or a preacher or a minister or something. And basically, I ended up teaching him how to navigate dream spaces. Because at a certain point, it's like I was him. But after I talked to his sister, maybe she helped me. Or maybe her realizing that I wasn't her brother. Like maybe somebody in that space consciously realizing and accepting the fact that I wasn't who I appeared to be caused us to like split. So I could be me and then he was him. And in order to thank him or whatever, I ended up teaching him how to navigate spaces. And so there was this one part, and it's so interesting because I was watching a clip. It kind of sort of popped up, and I kind of sort of went looking for it. But I was watching because I could see myself. Like I could see myself in his body, like it was third person. That's how I knew I was in his body. And again, I've been waking up so often that I keep like I'm having these dreams where I'm going to sleep and I'm waking up. Or it's like, yeah. And so that's how like I could see myself like from the third person in his body. That's how I knew. Um, Clarify this in the background, please. Um, and so then we were two different people. And I was like, okay, I'll teach you how to navigate dream spaces. Where do you want to go? For some reason, he wanted to go to North Africa. And I'm like, okay, I think he was obsessed with North Africa for some reason. And I knew that about him because I was him for like, a hot second. So I had to realize while I was him, though, that I wasn't him. So even though, like, because I kept waking up and going back to sleep. So I dreamed in his body enough that I was like, eventually I realized that I'm dreaming. And also at the same time, I'm playing this character that's not me. So it was like a two for one. I mean, you never know in the dreams. Or maybe it's not another woman, maybe it's just integrating different pieces of your femininity. Or expressing or experiencing like the mother, the maiden, or the crone, since you've been into that, right? And becoming intimate and acquainted with it. Um, but he was obsessed with North Africa, so he was like, I want to go to North Africa. I was like, okay, so, this is how I do it, I guess. So first you set the intention in this dream space. And once you set the intention in the dream space, things just begin to happen. And usually, again, if it's not like fully lucid, then there's a guide. And the guide is sometimes just some clueless random person whose intuition goes off. And they just know, right? So they're connected enough to give you the message that you need, just like in real life. And so he did that, and we didn't find anybody. So I was like, okay, well, let's just start moving, and then we'll come across somebody. Because again, like nobody showed up, and usually someone shows up or someone's in the area. And what's interesting is, oh my gosh, maybe I found an area in dream spaces that allows me to navigate between like dimensions or between different astral spaces or something. Because we ended up in the same area, in the same building with this elevator. We ended up in the exact same building with the elevator. This time I was with a kid, so that attractive man didn't pop up. I didn't go where he was having lunch or whatever. Man, I was just like, oh, stop trying to distract me. This will cross this. Why not? This will cross both of these, because why not? It's a bridge. It connects them. Oh, let's do this again. Oh, that was... I thought something just fell out. Guess not. The more... Like, before I go to sleep, I really make the intention for it as well. And so if I do and I make the intention for like what I want to do, because sometimes it's like I'll realize I'm dreaming, but I won't remember what it is that I want to do. So I'm like, I want to lucid dream and I want to discover this. And so we started walking. We find this one man. I'm like, this little kid is trying to get to North Africa. Do you know how we can get to that space? And he was like, oh, go back to the elevator and then, blah, 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 whatever. I was like, oh, okay, work. So we went back to the elevator. And we ended up in this almost amusement parky type place. It wasn't actually North Africa, but it was like if you go to a museum and they have a wing of the museum dedicated to North Africa, and then they have this sort of like, oh, snap. Hold up, wait. Hold up. Oh, I'm dumb. Top of the deck is the Magician and the Empress. Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Seven of Swords in magical realms. That's reclaiming our magical power. You can smell and feel now, though. Oh, snap. I remember the first time I lucid dreams. I went to a water fountain on my floor when I was still living in the dorms, and the water didn't taste right. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dreaming. Because the water don't taste right. And then I woke up and I'm like, water doesn't even have a taste. Like, hello. But we end up in this one place, and there's like this person who's talking about whatever, and so the little kid is a little bit bummed out. I was like, oh, it's so cute. Well, he wasn't. He was. Because at first we sat down to hear their presentation about Northern Africa, and it was all about the wildlife. And so then he was upset that we didn't actually end up in like the middle of Africa, but we ended up in this place instead. I wonder if he was like kind of sort of low key in between lives or something. That would be interesting. What if that's what that building was? Anyway, I don't know. So then he gets up and he goes to the front, and there's like this toy chest sort of thing, or a chest sort of thing, and he's like pulling out all these animals, and he's like, oh, I know what this animal is. This is a blah 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 and blah 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 blah. And one of the animals that popped up is like, I looked up the meaning for it, and one of the meanings was like emotional freedom. And I was like, oh snap, now I got this animal associated with emotional freedom when I was just drowning in my emotions like a week ago. Cute. Um and then there were some animals that he pulled out that I'm like, that, and he was talking about them as if they were real, but I'm like, I don't even think that's a real animal. But also, there's animals in Africa that I don't know about. Also, the first animal that he pulled up, I didn't even know that those were found in Africa. I had to look it up. I'm like, are these even in like Northern Africa? Turns out they were. The little boy knows more about Africa than I do. And then I basically said goodbye and I woke up. So I hope he got back home safely, because I just woke up. And then I woke up and I was like, well, maybe he didn't like actually go to like real life North Africa because he's still young yet. Like, he's still a kid. So maybe he has to mature a little bit or something. I don't know. So first we're going to read Destiny. Then we're going to read Contemplation. Contemplation is number 7. Destiny is number 9. Let me pull out my book. It was really interesting. And he was like, there was one part of the dream where these little girls were about to pick on him or something. And I was like, don't mess with me, little girl. Because I am not who you think I am. And I am not here to play. I've been slaying demons all day. Let me stop. But it's so interesting though when I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna run away anymore. I'm gonna start to fight in my dreams again. Now, don't nobody want to come fight me. Don't nobody want to come play now. When I was like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just running away. Then everybody was trying to get some. But now I'm like, oh, y'all want some? Come and get it. Now I just keep waking up in the middle of the night. I was like, okay, they trying to avoid me. Oops, there's the book. So, contemplation. This is silence, knowing, and releasing control. This image is connected with the Sedona color ray. Sedona, Arizona. Ow. Ay. Contemplation resonates to the quiet power that lies deeply within the soul. And we just saw the Ice Queen. So work. This beautiful ray of loving peace removes challenges and helps the soul turn to the higher self for answers. Well, there's challenges and higher perspective for you. Look at that. Look at how it's all coming together. I love it. I love that. It gently allows the peaceful tranquility of spirit to divinely step forward. It is in this very place that all true knowing exists. No need to do, rather just to be. And living from the all that is, as the primary place of rest and comfort, the soul finds its most restorative teacher. Oh, snap. And that's interesting because we just had the Four of Swords with the lovers, right? And again, it said, in living from the all that is as the primary place of rest, Four of Swords, and comfort, Four of Swords, the soul finds its most restorative teacher. And so I guess that could also be a space of meeting with the lovers. I don't know. Who knows? It is time to go deeply within. Only you have the answers you seek. You are being asked to quiet the mind chatter and do some form of meditation for peace. Take the path of least resistance. It may be time to take a much needed vacation or relax and get away. Quiet and stillness will be best for you now. This is Blue Lotus and Sandalwood crystals with the spruce essential oil. Destiny is divine purpose, passion, and service, and it's connected with the forest rose color ray. Destiny resonates in loving and purposeful service of the soul. The expression of joy and passion is released into awareness and takes flight as the soul becomes activated to its highest path and true divine purpose. It is now time to fully embrace the multidimensional self and its beautiful expression of loving service. What if that was like low key a past life or something? And I was so obsessed with North Africa that I was born black. Sorry. That's why I'm black in this lifetime, y'all. But man, like, he was so young though. I would have died when I was like a kid. Oh, maybe those people got me. Oof. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. You know, who knows? Who knows? It was only just a dream. And takes flight as the soul becomes activated to its highest path and true divine purpose. It is now time to fully embrace the multidimensional self and its beautiful expression of loving service. A soul's specific mission is a wondrous journey, and this empowering ray supports revelation and courageousness of spirit. It's time. You are being called to your higher purpose and destiny path. Get in touch with your passions. Your work involves important service to humanity. This is not a time for waiting, it's action time. Call forth joy and passion to fulfill your life's purpose, and if you don't know what that is yet, now is the time to explore. Call upon the elemental and fairy energies to help you share your inner innate gifts with the world. We have moss agate and kunzite as the companion crystals and rose as the essential oil. And I love that paired with this contemplation card because it's like it's all inside, ready and waiting to be discovered. I know, right? My dreams have been so interesting lately. Kinda. Also, pencils have been a thing in dreams. Man, that man was speak. Why can't I find somebody speaking English? Why people want to be speaking French, want to be speaking Chinese, want to be speaking Japanese? At least if it's Japanese, I can actually I can work something out. If it's Chinese, I struggle a little bit, but subconsciously, I guess my brain remembers all that stuff, so I can work something out. If it's French, I'm just straight up guessing using the Latin that I know. But I want to see because I think I took a voice recording of what she said. Oh, I didn't tell y'all what it meant. I forgot. My brain be all over the place. My brain bees all over. It bees all over. Is it this one? Oof. I might be embarrassed. Oh! Why? Did I not save the voice recording? No, I know I recorded it somewhere. Or no, I made a video. That's what I did. I made a video. I was like, excuse me. Hello. I should put it in Google Translate and see what Google Translate says it is. I can't believe I didn't do that the first time. Let's see. It's in videos. It was all black. Is it this one? No, that's 4 minutes and 9 seconds. It was not that long. Zero, 164, 251, no, 45, no. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. Because these are way back. Is it this one? That's tragic. Look at that. No. For some reason. But anyway. Oh snap! I might. If I do that, it'd be super lit. And I do acquire language really, really easily. And it's interesting because somebody else said something similar. And I was like, yeah, I do have a gift of acquiring language, kind of, sort of. That would be lit, though. Not the coolest superpower, but hey, I'll take it. Maybe I'll even be able to talk to animals. I'll be the modern day doctor. Oop, nope, don't want to talk to animals. Take it back. Animals. The Seven of Pentacles. That mindfulness, that meditation, that alignment of the chakras in this deck. Yes, this is that cultivating of an inner peace and an inner awareness. Bridged to the sides by this Ten of Pentacles energy and the Nine of Swords energy. Now, on the Nine of Swords, there's someone looking a little gaunt and ghastly in the forest. Ten of Pentacles is that abundance. So, what more do we need to know? Maybe this is a forest of the self. Also, it could be sort of speaking of the space that we're in right now, right? If that is the forest where the mist and the fog rolls in. So on the contemplation side of it is the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man has both in this deck an Orphic egg and the apple from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And I love that because that gives us, it's like we need to have this higher perspective in order to really unlock all of the potential within us. And what did the Magician come out with? The Magician came out with Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles could be integrating lessons from these experiences that we've had. And again, it would be related to the forest that we're in right now. Those who would navigate out of the forest before the mist clears are more likely to come, or are more in position to come into a space of mastery, to also come into a space of remembering. And then on the Ten of Pentacles side with Destiny is the Knight of Pentacles, the one I was just trying to remember. It's a slow journey, it's a slow process, but also from the understanding that we get here, we actually get to move forward in a way that brings us exactly what it is that we want, and it takes us in a place that we want to go in. And if we keep this sort of abundant mentality, then it more easily puts us in a space to kind of sort of accept things as they are. Because this is approaching everything with a mentality that it is serving us in some way, that it is growing us in some way. And when we can focus on the growth instead of the hurt, we see it a little quicker. And again, it puts us in a space to be able to navigate. And with the Seven of Swords and magical realms here, behind the Seven of Swords is Judgment. The Judgment card keeps popping out. But with the Seven of Swords in this deck in particular, this is someone who steals away from his crew. This isn't someone stealing anything from anybody else. I mean, it is. But a hard heart is what's going to keep us from these magical realms. And again, it's a heart that's hardened out of fear. Fear of rejection, a fear of betrayal, a fear of all kinds of stuff. A fear of being hurt by other people. And because he was so afraid of being hurt by other people that he stole all of their swords and ran away. It's like, if you gonna run away, what you gotta steal all of their swords for? Hello? Now they're defenseless. And if they run into any trouble, then they're in trouble. This person doesn't necessarily care because he's only focused on his own safety. But again, if you're this far from the boat, what do you have to take their swords for? Just in case they come find you or something? And it's like, when you're not open to your environment, how are you supposed to co-create with it? If you're guarded from everything around you, how are you supposed to bring anything into this world? Nothing is going to want to yield their space to you. And everything, even molecules, occupy a space that is seemingly unoccupied. It's like, no one can trust you when you don't trust anybody else. And so, what am I looking for? I really want to find this because I still haven't said what the thing meant in Chinese. Wow, I really thought I made a voice memo. Charles Wallace is what I titled it because the little boy reminded me of Charles Wallace from A Wrinkle in Time. Charles Wallace was a little boy who was extremely smart and ended up on this other planet and just knew everything about interdimensionality and everything like that. I was like, oh snap, this boy is a modern day Charles Wallace. Man, I just keep thinking about that dude. He was so cute. But he was a distraction. It's not about the cute dudes right now. It's about trying to liberate myself from this world. I'm just playing. Let's see. What do I type in? Chinese. Maybe I'll find it. But Chinese. No, how was this? Come on. I talked about it. I know I recorded that dream. Class. I had so many dreams about class. Come on. Classroom assignment. We had an exam. No. Person in the room. Classroom. We listened to pals. Who's pal? Who's for ads for classes? Who's up for $16.99? No. Chemistry class. No. It's not this one. Oh, this is who I need to find. I had this dream. February 18. I think I had exactly the dream that I want, but I needed somebody else in that dream. I couldn't do it by myself. So that sucks. It's like I needed someone who could create portals, and it was like my gift to stabilize them. But I couldn't create them by myself. I could only, like I said, stabilize them so that other people could walk into it. And so maybe like her by herself, she could like travel, but she couldn't take anybody with her through the portal. But I stabilized it or something. I don't know. Darn it, that puts a hamper on everything. Mm. I guess I really didn't write it down. And it was like recent ish too. That's upsetting. So, anyway, you're not ready for all that? Inception, too? Yeah, I mean, like, I have a lot of dreams, and I don't talk about all of them. But things get, like, real crazy. Really interesting. I had another dream last night related to time travel. Um, but that's not what I was wanting either. So that one was kind of sort of more based on a show in the situation, but then it went differently. You love Inception. Me too. I only saw it like one time, but it was a good movie. So in this class, we learned a phrase, and the teacher was telling me what it meant, but when she was telling me what it meant, it's like she was talking, but it implanted like a visual of what it meant. And so whatever the phrase was, it roughly translates to when people leave their house and someone comes in and they throw a party in that house, and the people come back before it was expected, and the organizer of that party is freaking out because someone is coming back to this house that was supposed to be empty. Like that's what it roughly translated to. But the words she used, it roughly translated in English to president. Or she said it was like president, but I was like, no, president is a different word. But it is like a something like that. You feel like inception is possible? Well, that's what somebody was saying on his stream today. But that people were like incepting fear and stuff like that in people in their dream space. Maybe if I search president, it'll pop up. Robot babies, hello? One time I had a dream that somebody had sex with a beach ball and had beach ball babies. So take these with a grain of sand. It was like a beach ball with a fetus inside of it. It was kind of weird. And the beach ball babies got locked up in the basement because I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like the person who got a beach ball pregnant or who got impregnated by a beach ball was like my sister or something. And she was upset that her kids were locked up. And I was like, it ain't fair to the beach ball babies. Yeah, so I mean, they be wild. I know I recorded this dream though. I don't know why I can't find it. Because I want to read what I wrote. Well, this energy is basically over, and let's just talk about some dreams for a second. Because why not? Yeah, it was real weird. And the thing was, like, there were these other babies too. And I guess if I think back on it, it reminds me of the story of Uranus and Rhea, how Uranus and Rhea had the Titans, and Uranus ate all of the Titans because it was prophesied that one of them would overthrow him, Kronos. But they also had the Hecatoncheires and these other kids, and the ugly ones were locked up in like Tartarus or something. And Rhea didn't like that her kids were locked up, and so she conspired with Cronus to overthrow Uranus to free the kids that were locked up. And so Cronus went to free the kids. They fought together, overthrew Uranus. After Cronus takes over, he locks up the ugly kids back where they were. And then Rhea want to feel some type of way about Cronus like castrating Uranus when like Rhea told Cronus to basically do it. And then Cronus had babies with Gaia. And the same thing was prophesied. So then Cronus was eating all the babies. Gaia didn't want to give him Zeus, so they hid Zeus. And then Zeus grew up to overthrow Cronus, and so on and so forth. I don't know. Maybe some of it is just like random processing of things, and then other ones are actually sort of relevant or important. If I gotta find somebody else to split this timeline, I'm gonna be real upset. I'm gonna be real upset. That's not acceptable. I don't accept that answer. If you can open up a portal, let me know. Apparently, I know how to stabilize them, but I couldn't get them to open. Or maybe if I figure out how to open it, then I can stabilize it myself. Also, I was like training people in dreams at a certain point, which was interesting. Healing, back to work, secret library. I'll remember that one. Last night on campus, flight and monsters, cards, mad bash, fakery hunt. I don't even know what that means. Oh, I remember that. Oh, that's not okay. Yeah, some of these like I be half asleep, so I just turn on the speech to text, and Siri be effing up the dreams. But who going through it though? I don't know. I mean, right now, if it's just a just me situation, it might be a just me type of me and the person who opened it for sure, and whoever else line up with it. I guess I don't know. At this point, I'm like, you know what? Earth ain't mine to keep, so hey, y'all can have this planet. I'm just playing. Parallels, not what it seems. Ooh, oh, what is this one? Now, some of these I gotta omit the details because when I write these, sometimes I include names, and I ain't trying to put nobody out there like that, especially if I'm seeing them in dreams, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah! I talked about this dream before. And this is interesting because this also speaks to another dream that I had before of artifacts and the seven deadly sins. Shapes. Oh, yeah, little bits. Oh, snap. June 5th. What happened that day? Oh, yeah. No, no thanks. Angel Baby. I guess I had a dream about Angel Baby. Lots of emotions. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh wait, I already looked at that one. The dream about the Atmos. Okay. There's that person again. That's fine. Robot babies. There's that person again. Goodness. Oh, snap. Hey, there you go. Now you don't miss the bus anymore. I thought I was done with school, but I end up back in school. You'll have to tell your cousin thank you. Be like, thanks, cuz. It's because of you that I don't get stuck at school no more. Yeah, that dream was a long time ago. See, I guess I didn't. Like, I know I recorded this dream, but I don't know. And I know I recorded the other one too. I don't know why I can't find them. I don't know. Hey. Alright, so yeah. That's what she said. It was just something along the lines of like basically the parents went away. The kids were throwing a party at the house, and the parents came back before the kids expected them to, and the kids knew that they were going to get in trouble. Something like that was this dream. But instead of parents, it was like somebody very important. But that was a while ago. I mean, yeah, look at this. I don't know. It was so interesting. Was not looking. Wait, somebody actually started speaking French in my dream before he went to France, though, I think. Yeah, I think she started speaking French before he even went to France. And I thought for a second she was speaking Spanish. So I was like, no habla español. And she was like, she got mad. I was like, oh, you're speaking French. Sorry, I don't speak French either. The beach ball babies? Oh, wait, what about the beach ball babies? I thought I recorded that dream too. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, snap. The moon is at the bottom of the deck. The moon is my card for Virgo season. So I don't know what's happening this season. The moon is my card for Virgo season. And the title card was my card for the month of May. So things I can't see. Well, I also didn't expect for May to end the way that it ended for me, for June and July to be what they were. But, that happened. So I was supposed to be off of here a minute ago. Let's see, what's up with the beach ball babies? What's up with the beach ball babies? I will still be looking for ways to split timelines in my dreams because this ain't it. Beach ball babies. See, this ain't. And I know I recorded this. And I know I recorded a different dream too. Where are all my dreams going? There's the robot babies. Oh yeah, this one, that dream was messed up. I don't know where all my dreams are going. You hope it works. Me too. Me too. We'll see. I wondered like if life was like a sci-fi movie or something low key. Like I wonder if I did find a way to like go into a different timeline, if like there would be a version of me left here that's just like on autopilot. But the real me is like in a brighter place. You know what I mean? Oh snap! Let's see. So I think I already talked about this. December 5th. No, I don't think so. So December 5th, 2018, I had a dream that I met or I was meeting up with one of these British YouTubers. And I just saw him again in a dream like last week. That was interesting for some reasons. Yeah, that one, not that one. Let's see. I'm gonna just scroll through some of these real quick. Not this one. I ain't gonna find it. All right, let's just close this down. And how long you would have actually been gone, girl? I don't know if it's any coming back. Shoot. Oh, snap. Trust is at the bottom of the deck, number 42. Overcoming doubts, insecurities, and patience. Final energy, or final, I keep wanting to say energy oracle cards. Final magical dimension oracle card and activator, please. Get this up here so y'all can see the shuffle. So y'all can see some of these gorgeous cards. There we go. Bottom of the deck is harmonic resolution again. What's that? Block, sphere, negativity, and something else? Negativity, anger, and transmutation. The card that came out is number 23, Illumination. Expression, positivity, and joy, and inspiration. I'm going to ask Siri yes or no. Yes will be me finding a way to escape. No will be me not finding a way to escape. Hey Siri, yes or no?
It's both yes and no.
What the?
Neither.
It's both yes and no and neither. Okay, Siri, whatever. The one time Siri don't want to whatever. Yeah. I feel like I've had too many dreams of it to not be able to. But I also don't know if that's the solution. So I don't want to ask Siri again. Siri is basically like, don't talk about that on camera. See, you talk too much. That's what Siri said. Siri said you talk too much. You need to learn how to shut up sometimes. Just split them timelines and don't say nothing. Gosh. I have had interesting experiences with time, though. I guess I will say. And I've had dreams about time travel for like ever. I've always been interested in time travel. Now, splitting the timeline is different than time travel. But I did have a dream about timelines converging. So yeah, I guess I'll stop talking about it. I'll stop talking about it, y'all. I don't want to get in trouble, and I wouldn't be able to teach nobody anyway. So, oh snap! Well, the Queen of Pentacles is out of place. What you doing, turned over, ma'am? So, final message from the Pride Tarot, besides the Queen of Pentacles. I have seen Donnie Darko. There we go. It's right here. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. Yes. Come through, Swift move. Eight of Wands with the Ace of Cups and the Strength card. If I got somebody out there watching, somebody out there in the universe picking up on my vibration, if you are the other piece to my puzzle, I'm going to need you to be strong, and I'm going to need you to come forward here quick, because you might be the one to open these portals that I can stabilize. And then, like, you know, we can move into a world that's better than whatever's going on around here. It's just like a, you know, while everyone else learns their lessons, then we get to chill out in, you know, the 5D. It's like we get to make it all nice and pretty. And then we get to be like, welcome to the 5D Earth. Yeah, woo! Humanity, y'all did it, finally. It only took... Let me stop. I'm kidding. Everything I say is a joke, and none of it is to be taken seriously. Every single thing I say is a joke, and again, none of it is to be taken seriously. Read the description box if you don't believe me. I'm just playing. Abandoned ship. Right. Man, I always wonder what would have happened at the end of the movie if he would have rolled out of bed. The Sun card! The Queen of Pentacles with the Sun card. The Queen with the Sun, with the Sun, with the Sun! And the Moon was just at the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles with the Sun. Like, come on. Come through, energy. Yes. I am going to pull an SKT, y'all, because I said I was going to stop talking about it, but I'm just interested. Oops. I'm just interested. I want to know. I ain't been like live in a minute. I just want to know, you know. Oh, I'm going to roll some dice. I'm going to roll some dice. That's what I'm going to do. I'm about to roll some dice. I'm about to roll some dice. Roll the dice. It's going to be quite nice when I roll these dice. Oh, excuse me. Oh, snap. I wanted to watch, like, I think there's a second one or a sequel maybe. Or no, that might be a different movie that had a sequel. No, I think Donnie Darko has a sequel maybe. I don't know. I looked it up on YouTube and I never watched it. The Girl Who Leaped Through Time. I think I wanted to see that one. But I never did. Because I saw something on Tumblr a while ago about it. And I wanted to watch it, but I never did. So I'm going to put that back on the list. Yeah. Ooh, it's the purple set. Okay. Purple set of dice. Is there anything you want to let us know? Non-specifically. Give us a take it as it resonates type message, full of magic and wonder and splendor, channeling the energy of the keeper, of the hanged men and women, of those enlightened beings who have figured it out but down here pretending like they don't know nothing. Oh, come on. Come on. What is this? Number 90. Number 2. Number 4. Number 5. Number 5 and number 11. I'm going to look up what 90 is. I don't think this is giving me nothing, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And then we'll shut this down. Well, they do say anything you can imagine, you can achieve. But you gotta, I don't know, what's happened to it? What's happened to it? I'm a Pisces. I should be able to figure something out, right? Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Number 90 is the sun. So the sun came out again. Work. Someone has it on YouTube. Oh, snap. So we have the energy of the sun. We have the energy of the Hierophant, Aquarius, the sacral, the um, throat, and fire. Oh. This is an energy of tapping into the depths of our souls. It's almost an energy of contracts, but it's not. Of soul contracts with the self, but it's not. But it is. But it's not. But it is. But again, oh wow, my eyes just did that thing again. Oh, whew, there we go. My eyes were doing the thing again where they cross. And I see, because again, on the left side of my camera lens, there's a green light. On the right side, there's a red light. And this is the second time it's happened where I look at it and they both overlap, even though they're a good, like, inch and a half apart. My eyes ain't never crossed like that before. But it just happened again. They took it down. Oh, yeah, girl, I've been on timelines. I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. Well, not been on it, been on it. It's been here recently. I was like, you know what? I feel like I've been patient enough with the people of Earth. It's time for me to try to manifest a way out. Because then that way, I don't have to try to pit my beliefs and my manifestations against the manifestations and beliefs of other people. I think it's only fair. I don't feel like it's my job or responsibility to change anyone's mind. Because I ain't create no people, so I ain't responsible for no people. And so if people want to hold on to their beliefs, I feel like they should be able to. And if I want to hold on to mine, then I should be able to. And the most justice, fair solution is to split the timelines. Where I get my wonderful, amazing, beautiful timeline and other people get their doomsday. Everyone's happy. We all get what we manifested. We all get what we want. And no one's to blame. I feel like it's a perfect solution. And I feel like I can make a very, very, very good argument in the court of cosmic law as to why that gift should be returned to me and I should be able to manifest my own timeline. Y'all can have this mess. Y'all can have it. It's already almost September. Y'all can have it. But, maybe not. And then there's also the energy of Aquarius. I don't remember if I said that or not. Aquarius, Hierophant, Sun, Throat, Sacral, Fire. Oh, that's what this is. So with the Sun and the element of fire, with the Hierophant, this is definitely an energy of coming into alignment with the self, coming into a truth of the self that kind of sort of starts at inner child healing. Kind of, sort of, maybe not. Doesn't have to necessarily. And then we have Aquarius with the sacral and the throat. Aquarius is air energy. The sacral and the throat is the space of speaking what it is that we wish to create. Oh snap, what's this? I have to check it out. Oh, okay. I watched like part of the Chrome video. I was like, I don't think this is for me. I'm not her target demographic. I don't know. There's just something about her that I don't like, honestly. But that's fine. The 11, the 2, and the 5. This is the power of. Oh, look at this. The 2 is the other side of the 5. Y'all can see that. You see the 2, then you see the 5. It came out 5 up, but the 2 is right there. This is the energy of the commitment of the universe to give us what it is that we put our energy to and that we speak to. And I'm almost tempted to say that humanity may not even make it to the age of Aquarius because, again, it's like certain things don't just happen. You have to put yourself into that space. You have to align with the energy to experience that energy. And so it's like the splitting of the worlds. For the people who align with that energy and for the people who've done the work to get there, they'll get there, sure. For the people who don't, they won't, more or less. Maybe not. I don't know. Who am I, you know? All right, this is what I got, y'all. I did not watch the other two. Yeah, because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of stuff because I want to figure it out. I enjoy the journey that my soul is taking me on because it puts me in a space, or I find myself in a space and in a place of learning what it is I need to learn. I feel like for me personally, if I watch other stuff, then I'll get more focused on how to make something else happen. Or I'll get focused on like how something else makes sense and figuring that out. Whereas like what I'm in the space of doing is uncovering what kind of sort of already lies within, right? Because it's like it puts you in a space to more readily not align with it, but for me it's easier. I don't know if that makes any sense. So yeah. And plus it's like, I don't know. Finding someone else's way of doing something. Mm. But also at the same time, we get showed things and things come into our experience for a reason. They highlight and illuminate stuff. Why reinvent the wheel if you don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? So there's a positive and negative to both sides. But, I don't know. Like I said, everything that I say is just to provide simply a different perspective of thinking about things. Maybe potentialities and possibilities that one was not yet considering. And so it's just interesting thought experiments. That's what they all are, interesting thought experiments. But when you understand the power of the mind, it becomes so much more. And with that, I will leave you out of this video. Thank you for tuning in to the Hierophant. Again, my name is Patrick. I'm about to, hopefully, well, it is kind of late, so maybe I ain't gonna get nothing to eat. I don't know. I'm about to live my life, I guess, and I encourage y'all to do the same. Also, if you can open portals, hit up my email. It's in the description box because I'm trying to get out. Kidding, kidding, kidding. Oh, snap. Gotcha. I'll check it out. Excuse me. All right. I hope y'all have a good whatever whenever you see this, and I hope you are acting in alignment to get all of it. I hope you're acting in alignment to get everything that you want in this life and more. And they say that, all play and no work makes Dirk a jerk.